Hey guys, it's a beautiful afternoon here on the deck, and so coffee time for me today is in the afternoon. What a beautiful day it is. I had a comment on one of the videos the other day, and it was someone who was raised Christian who said he left Christianity, and he said he tried A Course in Miracles, and he said it felt like blasphemy. It felt like blasphemy. And he took the book out in his backyard and he burned it because it felt like blasphemy. I found the concept very interesting. Because first he said he left Christianity behind, but to be committing blasphemy, you literally have to be speaking against Christianity. So he was defending Christianity. He was defending his subconscious faith, his faith that was still down in there. Because to blaspheme, which is an interesting word to say, blaspheme, to blaspheme means that you are saying something that is contrary to a belief. You are saying something that's contrary to a faith. And to blaspheme is to basically say that the faith is not valid. When he said the book was blasphemous, it was because he felt that it channeling Jesus. And the bottom of his comment said, "I'm these people who say they channel Jesus, and they say they channel this," and I found the whole thing rather interesting because he was offended for Jesus. And he's like, for me, when it comes down to all the people who are channeling Jesus, I take everything with a grain of salt. I watch them all. People recommend things to me all the time, and when I say I'm going to check it out, I go and I check it out. 90% of the ones that claim to be channeling Jesus or Jeshua, I can get a few minutes into, and then they'll say something that puts Jeshua in a hierarchy above us all, or talks to us like children, and I'm like, that's not the guy that I knew. So what I'm seeing is they're getting information and they're not comfortable with bringing that information through themselves. And so they are attributing it to Jesus because that is their belief. I've had someone say that their friend is the reincarnation of Jesus. It would be completely hypocritical of me to say that he wasn't. But my sense is I have no sense to whether he is or isn't. I don't care because Joshua was a man, and all of those things, worrying about who you were in a past life and all that, is literally you spending your time in the past instead of being in the I am moment, instead of being here in the present. There's nothing you can do back there. There's nothing you can do back there. I myself, I have memories, yes. Do I say I'm John of old? Nope. I say I'm John of new. And the reason I'm John of new is because I don't know what reincarnation is, right? But the concepts of channeling Joshua or having a reincarnation is blasphemous to someone who believes in Christianity, because they have decided it is anti-Jesus. When in actuality, I don't believe it is anti-Jesus. Well, it's actually, I'm wrong about that. It is anti-Jesus. It's not anti-Jeshua, right? Because I know a lot of people who are very gifted and bring in really amazing information because they know they can, because they're aware of it. I've met a lot of people who talk about channeling entities And I had my own personal experience with that. But it was explained why the entity's voice and personality went away over time, because the reason I needed the personality of the entity, because I didn't feel worthy of taking the information in myself. And so the entity was sort of my pathway of taking in the information. Over time, it became just me speaking. When I do those channeled writings, it's just me speaking. But is it blasphemous? I would say it's not blasphemous. Because I and the people I know who do that kind of work, they're not talking, you're not talking Jesus down or Jeshua down. They're not knocking him down. They're doing their best to bring him through and bring him here. And when I hear someone say blasphemous, I know that they are stuck in a fire and brimstone Christianity belief. Because the only people who use the word blasphemous are the ones who were judging and condemning for not believing as they do. For not believing as they do. You know, for many Christians, the belief in reincarnation is blasphemous. And I find that interesting because it's in Buddhism, it's in Hinduism. The concept of reincarnation predates Christianity. I want you to think about that now. The concept of reincarnation predates Christianity. But when Christians decided it wasn't real, then you're blaspheming if you go that route. You're blaspheming if you have a direct memory of Jeshua, right? I don't take those judgments in because it's their fear, their anxiety. They're the one who were so upset that they burned the book, right? It wasn't me who burned the book. It wasn't those others that burned the book. It was the person who was absolutely judging others as blaspheming against Jesus who burned the book. My response was, the Dalai Lama said his religion was simple. His religion is kindness. He never took Jesus as his savior, and I don't think he's going to burn in a hell. It's hard to argue because the man's preaching kindness and love, and he's going to burn in hell because they didn't take Jesus as a savior. I'll take the Dalai Lama's religion over Christianity if that's what Christianity is for you. Because if you have to be right and all others have to be wrong, I'll stick with all others. Because your right is a subjugation. You're choosing to be the one with all the information and all the knowledge and all the truth is your way of subjugating and taking over and controlling others. And I've often said that when the Catholic Church is and the Christianity in general is the deadliest religious thought in the world. And Jeshua wasn't a Christian. I'm not a Christian. It goes completely against what I believe and what I remember Jeshua believing. To be a Christ means you're the anointed one. It's messianic belief. He didn't believe in messiahs, and neither do I. He believed that we're all equal. We're all the same. And it really comes down to you and I recognizing it. Now, if I'm blaspheming in this video, I'm proud to be a blasphemer. Because that means I'm speaking my truth. I'm not speaking down of anyone. And if you're going to judge me and call me a blasphemer or an antichrist or a false prophet, I'm living joyfully. Why are you so angry? Why are you so upset that you have to step out in the backyard and burn a book? Why are you so angry? I feel for you. I send love your way. because you are in anger and fear and in judgment, and that's a terrible place to be. I don't feel those things because my God is love, just like the Bible said. The book of John. And all of those negative states, anger, fear, judgment, they're all fear. And sadness, all fear. It's all fear. And somebody says something that's against your belief, and you're going to judge them harshly. I want nothing to do with the religion that you're preaching, because I'm not about judgment. I'm not about needing to be right. And so I just wanted to make this video because the concept of blaspheming to me was fascinating. Because this is someone who literally has to be right. Has to believe that you are speaking ill of Jesus and the belief in Christianity. Because that is what a blasphemer is. That is what blasphemy is. So I guess I would say don't look at yourself as being past your Christianity or over Christianity, when in fact you're still judging from a Christianity background. And that's something to look at. So you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. The John of New channel is solely funded by your generous donations and purchases of private readings and merchandise. To help out, go to johnofnew.com or use the donation link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.